Bader, maybe?
No, DC fought Gustafsson.
Yes, the same card. So what are your thoughts a couple days out before this rematch? Because it's like your second straight rematch, if I remember correctly. So thoughts on the rematch, Ed?
Same thing I said in Fire Island, just practicing patience. Just practicing patience because, you know, you don't want to get excited too quickly, if you will. So, yeah, the moments will come tomorrow at the press conference, at the weigh-ins, and at the fight night. But I'll just ride the waves.
He was in here earlier, and I'm sure you've seen all his interviews. And he's I mean, maybe people have brought them up, but he's he's using words.
Little clips on Instagram.
He's using words like he wasn't satisfied, like he wants to feel satisfaction in this fight, win or lose. He's happier now. He's mentally in a better place after being burnt out for so long. So what do you make of his mindset from what you've heard or seen?
I mean, you know, there's no secret that we don't like each other, and there's no need for it. There's no need for us to like each other. But I do empathize with what he said. Who brought this up to me? I can't remember. I think I saw it on Instagram. He talked about his dark place he went to after the last time I beat him. You know, I've been there in my own. Everyone's been there in their own personal way. So I understand. I empathize when you don't want to get up and all that stuff, and you lose motivation. So. Yeah, I'm glad he's pulled himself out of it. I'm glad he's feeling much better. He's a better man, better fighter, better all that. So, yeah, take him to the dark place again.
He also said his phrasing was he had to come to grips with the title when he had it because he wasn't chasing anything. He liked the progression up the rankings, but once he got the belt, it wasn't, maybe he lost a little bit of the chase. Have you felt that at all?
Never. Even, it's news now, I just signed a new crazy deal with the UFC. And Tim, was it Jeff that was asking me for the doco yesterday? It was like, how do you feel? Are you excited? And I could see it's a big deal. It's a fucking big deal. And Eugene was, ecstatic. You see he got emotional. Tim felt the same way. But I was kind of like, it hasn't hit me yet. Because if I was, if this was about money, if I was gonna just do this for the money and bounce, I would have done this like maybe 3 fights ago, to be honest, because I'm kind of set. I have one of the smartest men with money behind me who's, helping me flip my money the smart way, but it's not about money. I love money, don't get me wrong, I do this for the money, but it's not about money. This is about legacy, this is about martial arts, this is about learning, and yeah, I haven't lost that step. I'm still hungry. I'm 32, I'm fresh, I'm young, and I keep saying this week, I've got the training camp, I went back to the young Izzy, the kid that was just soaking everything up and just be real curious, like, how does that work? Ooh, let me try that, and I'll do it the next day, and I'll be successful at it, or if I fail, I'll try it again. So yeah, I haven't lost that step, I never did.
What do you make of what the rest of the division happening right now? It's the top everyone's gunning for you. Sean Strickland just kind of threw his name into the title picture after his last performance. You got Cannonier and Brunson fighting below you. So what do you make of the rest of the division below you?
I like what I see. And I hope, I don't mind doing another rematch if, Bumson does well this weekend in a crazy way, but yeah, I hope I get some new meat, some new blood, because I like fresh blood, but at the same time, I still get up for these, because rematches like this, there's too much on the line for myself, that I put that pressure on myself, that I make sure I can't lose and he can't win.
You also have a couple teammates on the card, Blood Diamond and Carlos Ulberg. I think the first time I spoke to them was before your Paulo Costa fight. They didn't even sign to the UFC, and they were kind of shadowing you and kind of taking it all in. So how
had that shirt on last time?
But two press conferences.
I see. Okay, yeah.
So what's it been like seeing them, their journey progress to the UFC now?
Oh, it's beautiful. For Blood Diamond, it's time. And even Eugene said something in the interview. I read a headline on Twitter. He said, like, where Diamond is right now in his MMA career, compared to mine, he is further ahead, and he's right. Diamond is just a guy that I can't wait to see or hear what the commentating booth says when he's expressing himself, how they're trying to break it down, because he's a crazy dude. His nickname is Blood Diamond, or at the gym we call him Black Jelly for a reason. He moves in different ways.
Finally, unrelated to this fight, I think in August you tweeted you were excited about the new Rick and Morty season. Did you catch up?
Not yet. Is it out?
Yeah, it's all on Hulu now.
Oh, Hulu. We don't have Hulu in New Zealand. Sorry, we gotta wait till it's on Netflix or it's on the on the dark web so we can pirate that. Yo ho ho.
I saw Eugene did an interview the other day where he felt like the UFC haven't really promoted you as well as they could have. But so is it nice to get this new deal that shows not about the money, but that they do value you and they do want to promote you?
100%. That's the thing. It's the thing I want to know is what's my value to the company. You know, you can't undersell my value. If you are, you're kidding yourself. You know, I bring so many different looks to this company. Even without trying, I'm Nigerian. I brought that whole nation. Me and the three kings, you know, the continent of Africa is on our back. I wear it on my chest. We have the Oceania region looking at us. I'm a guy who crosses over into the mainstream so easily, you know, and I have this appeal that I know I've got that it thing. So I'm glad that the UFC is starting to see that. They've already known that. They've known this since the jump. They knew this since the jump, but yeah, I'm just the guy who deals with my dealings with the UFC behind the scenes. And I'm glad we came to an agreement with this new deal. And I look forward to, you know, this effect trickling down to the rest of the fighters.
Is there something motivating about rematches where the fighter you're facing, like Rob, for example, he's going to assume that the night he fought you was the worst performance he could give, so he can only get better? Is there something motivating to you that, well, not only do I get to fight him again, but I get to show him that actually he can not do any better against me?
Exactly. But I recall, I'm going to say I'm the elephant in the room, I never forget. He said, I felt great. After the last fight, he said, I felt great. This is the best I've ever felt. Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, I'm glad he said that. I'm glad he didn't make any excuses. And from what I've heard now, it's like, I think Twist was saying, have you seen the interviews? I was like, no. He's like, he's still a bit salty. I was like, oh, interesting. And I just left it at that. But yeah, I just, from what I've seen on Instagram, he just feels like sometimes he battles with himself with accepting it. Like sometimes he accepts it, and then sometimes he's just like, I hate to admit it, but he's right. I saw that on one of the clips on Instagram. He said, oh, I hate to admit it, but he's right. But I'm like, bro, you should have listened to me in 2019 when I called it as it was. People thought I was talking shit, but no, I was just speaking the truth. He wasn't acting himself, he was acting out of character, and I'm glad he's accepted that now. So yeah, that makes him dangerous to me. That makes him really dangerous, but at the same time, same but different.
Is that something that's important to a fighter, that they have to accept a loss to be able to benefit from it and grow from it? Right?
Yeah, look at me and Jan. After I lost that fight, I was just like, cool. Any loss I've ever had, I'm not too attached to the outcome. I'm getting better at that as I get older. I'm never too attached to the outcome. Even when I fought him last time, bro, if I had lost that fight, like I would have been the laughing stock of the internet. Like, look at this guy, he thought he was so cool with all that dancing shit. And got knocked out, fuck this guy. But nah, I put that shit on myself because I like to gamble. I'm a gambler. I like to roll the dice. You only have one life, so I put that on myself so I can exceed expectations, you know. And yeah, you just have to accept it. Like the Jan fight, when that happened, I was kind of like, oh, cool. All right, what's next? I never get attached to the outcome. It's all about the present and the journey, and just being myself and being in the present.
Is he over here? Do you feel like this rebuild that he's had, this reinvention, everybody's saying that he's better than he ever was, do you think that that's totally warranted? Do you feel like part of it is just because you made him look the way he did and he's just always been this good?
Yeah, I think he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter, and I think he has gotten better. I'd be lying if I said he hasn't. But, you know, who was I saw on Twitter again. I have a lot of time during fight weeks, so I'm scrolling a lot. But I saw, I think, was it Luke Thomas? Yes, Morning Combat. They were saying like, pretty much we know it's in MMA we have recency bias. You know, you guys remember from the Y'all fight, oh my God, this was so boring. Oh, he just runs away. And I was like, oh really? Watch this. So yeah, they just forget. You know, he's a good fighter. He's had a lot of knockouts in the past. He's gotten better, but I just don't think it warrants that kind of reaction. But I have high standards, let's just put it that way.
And then the fight between Derek and Jared, is there any sort of way that you're kind of leaning in that one? Is there someone you think will be on the other side of this for you?
Nope, I just hope the best man wins, and wins in an emphatic fashion, yeah.